Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 in our Blitzkrieg, the Lightning War series. So we are going absolutely wonder crazy, despite the fact that we're playing on Immortal difficulty. Scythia has not even declared war on us for the entire game, and we're currently just taking advantage of that situation by... Okay, here's a... Interesting, we found a barbarian slinger unit, so I actually should probably back off of that scout so as not to lose them, but I could gain some experience by attacking them now, but then the archers would... Yeah, let's back off. Let's back off. Okay, let's convert Hamburg to be of our religion. So it looks like Scythia is trying to move the settler out. I could really troll her right now. Hard. And by I can troll her, I mean I'm going to be trolling her. Now you can't get through that way. Or even that way. Amusements. Alright, so now she has to move out another way. More trolling. I can't. Crap, I don't have the money for it. Next turn I will, but... Okay, we're trying to keep that settler away from settling anywhere on this island that it wants to, and it's been really successful and hilarious so far. So let's go for the harbor here. Nice +3 gold bonus from that. We're doing pretty well income-wise, and we need to make sure that situation continues to stay good. If we build an encampment, where should it go? That would be a pretty good spot. Let's go ahead and do it. Centralized location. If we ever get attacked, they'd have to attack that in the midst of everything. Her fort does need a harbor, so let's go ahead and do that. Pretty nice gold bonus, too. Alright, this build it. We're 9 turns away from Alhambra, which will give us an additional military policy slot. We also are 5 turns away from researching the Forbidden City, which is great. Alright, so tell you what, I'm going to bring this builder over to our new island as well. And this scout just needs to come back to Erfurt and chill. We have some other scouts in the area. Alright, so she is officially getting off the island. If I bought that tile, it might actually move her further along, so I'm not going to do that. But I am going to use my scouts to go ahead and further explore while I can. So I need to find out where else she might want to settle. Like, what else is she going for on this island? You know, that's the main thought at the moment. Doing additional... Let's go ahead and do a barracks in Magdeburg. And we also... It looks like we need to go ahead and upgrade some of our units here, so let's take care of that. We have a couple of warriors that have been sitting here for a long time just guarding the city. And it's time they got to the next level. We're 2 turns away from Mont Saint-Michel, which gives our... every time our apostles die, they will gain some additional benefits. Specifically, they'll gain a relic. Sorry, I got distracted for a second there. They'll gain a relic, which is a really, really nice thing to have every time you lose an apostle. All right, we're going to build an Alcazar there, like we talked about. So we're going to have forts on our border to a certain extent. Eventually, we need to free these city-states. And if I'm not mistaken, freeing city-states gives you pretty cool bonuses in influence with those city-states. I can't quite recall, though. All right, so let's go for the pastures first. I'm surprised there's no barbarian boats in this area.
Church and state,
nice.
Soul and body, God and man, are all one at Mont Saint-Michel. And the business of all is to fight, each in his own way, or to stand guard for each other.
Okay.
A diplomat is a man who
And we
always
can now build
remembers a woman.
spies. Fantastic. So, spy operations take 25% less time. That's tempting, but I'm still enjoying being a charismatic leader, and we might get the ability to have an additional diplomatic policy soon from another wonder, because we're having luck with those so far. So I'm just going to keep going. Let me go ahead and work on mercenaries, because it looks like... Well, hang on. Do we need mercenaries for that? No, we need to move towards humanism. So we're going to go for medieval fairs, then humanism, so we can get access to archaeological museums and art museums and such. Keep up our cultural pressure on Tamiris. Because she's exerting a good amount of her own. She has a lot of culture, given her religion and how much she's done so far. Aachen doesn't have a Hansa district yet. That is mind-blowing. What else do you not have? You also don't have a commercial hub yet. Where can I build a commercial hub? Hang on. We want to put the commercial hub in the most lucrative location. And then we want the Hansa next to that. Actually, looks like that's going to be one of the best spots, because it's not on an improved tile. But then where would the Hansa go? The Hansa would go here, I suppose. Which isn't the worst. We can get the... I think it would be a +4 Hansa if we did that. Put it over here. Yeah, let's just put it there. Commercial hub, be done in 4 turns. It's about time. That's been lacking that for a while. Let's build a workshop in Cologne. And then here, yep, we need a granary in Hamburg. Hamburg. A couple more envoys, because we got that wonder built, thanks to the Apadana. Yep, let's improve that. Alright, so we've got our walls built in Mainz. I just saw them go up as the camera panned away there. So Theater Square would probably be a good idea here. We haven't built too many of those lately, and we might be paying the price a little bit. I want to make sure we stay on top of her culturally. Let's go ahead and go for the watermill. Watermill is always before granary if you're on a river, for me. That's just kind of a general tactical decision, given that you get a production bonus from the watermill. Nice! Another goody hut. I was not expecting that. Okay, crap. Barbarian archers. Gonna have to be careful. More sheep. They're probably gonna fire on my scout.
The pen might not be mightier than the sword, but maybe the printing press is heavier than the siege weapon.
Alright, your progress towards naval tradition has advanced considerably. That's good. We needed that anyway. So now, I don't want to attack those guys with my scout. That's my level 3 scout, so let's withdraw them so that they don't get hurt. And then we need to look at what we have available to us. We do need the universities. Badly. Let's go ahead and go for education. We went for the printing press first, but we need the universities. Oh, we got another great general, Joan of Arc. So we can just create a relic outright by sacrificing her, which I'm kind of tempted to do. Yeah, see, we could just... If we put her here, we could just do this and create a relic immediately. Let's do it. Grass-cutting sword. Get a new relic. We need some of those. Okay, just uncovering what land I can without provoking too many barbarians. Alright, this trader, honestly, I want to bring you up to Mainz now. I don't think Erfurt needs you as much anymore. We still have room for another trader as well. Oh crap, what'd you build? What'd you build? What'd you build? Hagia Sophia. Okay, good. She continues to go for wonders that we don't need. A great admiral? Okay, I'll take it. Don't really need it, but the Forbidden City we do need. Should we build it in Aachen is the question, or maybe build it in Trier? Where could we build it in Aachen if we did? Yeah, see, that's one of the tiles that's making Aachen grow so rapidly, and I don't like that idea. Tell you what, let's go for a market. It'll take 2 turns. We can manage that. Make us a little bit more money. All right, let's back off. I don't want to get hit with that unit. And you need to trade with just a productive city. It looks like Trier will be perfectly fine as an option for that. And then this Great Admiral can instantly create an ironclad unit with 1 promotion level. So I'd rather just do that. Let's retire that unit, and it's instantly promotable, so let's go ahead and give them +7 combat versus naval units. Interesting, there's a Scythian caravel hanging out off the shoreline here. We don't have much of a navy yet.
A vast tomb lies over me in Halicarnassus, of such dimensions, of such exquisite beauty, as no other shade can boast. All that glisters is not gold. Often have you heard that told.
Right, 1 turn away from Alhambra. That's going to be an additional military policy slot. Cannot wait. Now, Trier actually is going to take significantly longer to build the Forbidden City than Aachen, so we're going to build it in Aachen. We do need to build a spy, though, so let's do that, so we can start defending our cities against anything Scythia might throw away in that regard. And there's a musketman. Holy crap. All right, good to know. Ironclad is a melee unit, so it won't be able to attack any units on land, unfortunately. Oh, nice. We got another... Wait, is this another Great Admiral? When did we get you? Military units get 60% rewards for plundering sea trade routes. Sure, let's give ourselves that ability too. Why are you still here? Huh, interesting. Alright, this scout could be in a little bit of danger. I feel like those archers are nearby.
Everything here appears calculated to inspire kind and happy feelings. For everything is delicate and beautiful.
Okay. So that's an additional military policy slot. When we finally do go to reclaim those city-states... Oh, we've got a great scientist as well. Instantly builds a university and library in this district. Universities provide +2 science. Let's do it.
It is the mark of
Education
an
research
educated
complete,
mind.
which means, hold on, we have a lot to purchase. Hang on. I need to... Alright, these are my new cities. I need... Don't need to look at any of you. I need to look at my older cities. Yes, like this one. Right, university. 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 Is there a campus district here as well? No, there's not. Anyone else that has a campus district? No. But we need to build a new one so we can then make use of that new great scientist we got to the best of our ability. So I'm going to go ahead and go for... Hansa first could be good too, but we need Forbidden City soon. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. As much as I hate to, we're going to leave the rice, because Aachen has always been a really rapidly growing city, and you can immediately see it's now not growing as quickly as it was. But then what I want to do as well, let's purchase a new trader in Aachen. We've got the gold for it, and then we'll use that to boost the production of that wonder. It's going to be time pretty soon to start building some military units up. So Berlin, let's go ahead and build medieval walls around you, because you're a coastal city that could be slightly under threat. Hamburg is definitely in need of some more protection. Let's do a monument first, just to make sure we stay on top of our culture game. Potala Palace. I saw that. Let's go ahead and go for that, because that's our extra diplomatic policy slot we were talking about. If we can get all these extra policy slots, we will be in great shape. +1 amenity for cities with garrisoned units. Extra production is probably what we want to go for, because we're going to be building a lot of units soon. Also, we don't have that many Hansas yet, but once we do, we're going to want that in place of the +1 production in all cities. That's an ancient policy that we're still using there. And we still want that, definitely. Alright, let's go ahead and confirm that. Knowledge of computers has advanced considerably. That's good. Yeah, let's actually just run away with that scout, because I feel like there's an archer right behind that guy. Aha! There's the encampment. Good to know. And there's actually not a way around this island. Interestingly enough, it's connected at the very bottom by 1 tile. I thought we already did this. There we go. Okay, I don't know why I did it twice, but... Alright, so there's a musketman. That scout's going to be in trouble. Hopefully not going to die, but probably going to die. Not going to lie. Alright, Isaac Newton, you just need to... Oh, we've got a lot of units of the same type here. Why don't we move you to Cologne for the time being? And then I need to build a new campus district somewhere. Okay, so it looks like they're trying to convert my cities again. Not working too well yet, because my religion's in a much stronger position than the last time they tried this. Alright, a couple more envoys in my city-states there. Scout is promotable. So let's give them the ability to move faster on... Looks like there's a lot of alpine terrain nearby, so let's give them that. And then hopefully they'll be able to get away. I don't think they will, though. I think they'll get slaughtered by these units. Okay, this is the new trader. We definitely want to trade with Cologne. Nice. Forbidden City done in 12 turns now. And yeah, let's keep this scout safe and sound in Mainz. Do a little bit more scouting there, and then back off with our naval units. Alright, and you just need to go to sleep until I can build a university, or build a new campus district somewhere that would actually be able to take advantage of your presence. Yeah. Bye, Scout. Nice knowing you. I think even the archers are going to kill him. Yep. Didn't even need the musketman. Damn. Well, that was the free scout we got, so not really any skin off my back. Build the amphitheater there. Not really ready to build anything else here yet. We need to improve more tiles around here to do better. Actually, we already have a builder ready here, so in that case, no. Change my mind. Go away. Let's do a monument here. That's the next possible choice. And then Mainz could use a granary. Yep. They built their watermill. That thing. This builder needs to improve... Let's improve those citrus, first and foremost. It's 290 AD now. We're moving through time. We have room for other traders too, so let's go ahead and continue building those so that we have as much opportunity to improve our production projects as possible. Let's do a barracks here. Mostly land units. I want to have the ability to train non-land units in a couple of places. Like, or not land units, but I'm saying land units. Barracks and stables are both for land units, but what I mean is melee units as opposed to cavalry. My bad. All right. This trader is ready as well. This one was already going, though, so... You know, I could trade with, like, Zanzibar, but again, that's going straight through their territory, and I'd rather give the production bonuses to my own cities with my trade routes right now. I feel like that's helping me the most. 9 turns away from Forbidden City. And we're 6 turns away from being able to build the Potala Palace. Let's build another trader in Berlin. Build a monument here. Hamburg is going to need walls, but what it needs more than that is a builder. You need to improve tiles in that area. Right, you were already trading with Berlin, so you stay on that. We're gonna have a spy pretty soon ready in that city. And that's been improved, so now it's just a matter... Oh, we've got some more sugar up there that needs to be improved, but there's also some tiles near Magdeburg that desperately need help, so let's get you up there. And then finally, this is our new trader in Berlin. Why don't we put you... Let's put you in Aachen, too. We want to get that Forbidden City done as soon as possible. Okay, let's do a builder here. Okay. Magdeburg, nice. 7 turns away from the Forbidden City. And you, yeah, you can continue to trade with, well, actually, no, there's some better cities for you now, aren't there? Tell you what, why don't we... Do we have a trader in Hamburg yet? No, we don't. Let's put a trader there. Help that city grow a little bit more. Now that Frankfurt's kind of on its feet a little bit. Not completely, but it's building an encampment, which will help it be a production powerhouse, so... let's see, what else do we need to do? What else do we need to do? There's still an area out here we haven't explored, but I'm guessing if there's any land to settle, that Scythia has already settled it. That would be my guess. Let's do another builder. Also another builder in Magdeburg. Also another builder in Cologne. Alright, Berlin. Now... Yeah, let's put you in Aachen. I'm going to have you trade with Magdeburg. It's definitely going to help that city grow faster. And that builder arrive faster. Got some synergy going. Okay, Nuremberg does need a campus. Now, do you have a good campus spot is the question. You really don't, so maybe not a campus first thing. You can go for a workshop, though, and improve your future production of anything you build, so let's do that. Heidelberg, not the best city so far. So let's go ahead and put a Hansa down and help you be more productive. It'll take you a while, unfortunately, since we cleared that tile. But maybe we'll put a trader down in there, and that'll help. Alright, so this Hansa, if we build it here, we'll get +3, so let's do that. Again, once we have Hansas in the majority of our cities, we can switch policies and actually get much better production for all of our cities. All things considered. Alright, 5 turns away from the Forbidden City. I don't think she's going to beat us to it. I'd be shocked if she did. I just don't think she's focusing on it, for whatever dumb reason. Our gold income is great. We do need a theater square in Trier. I bet there's a good spot for one, too. Yeah, there are a couple of good spots. Yeah, right here, actually. It's not even on an improved tile. That's what I love to see. Okay, now we definitely need to start doing some cultural thievery. So why don't we go ahead and... Let's go to Nanmadal, which is a city-state. There were a lot of options for that spy, too. We'll have to see what our options are there. What do you need to be doing? You already built a builder. I guess we can start building up. We don't have access to really high-level naval units yet. Berlin would be nice to build those at. We could train galleys that would be eventually upgraded to those, but why not just go for... Yeah, why don't we go for commercial hub investments in some cities? Work towards a great merchant. That might be really helpful. Alright, so another builder has arrived here. Let's do a Theater Square Festival here. Continue to crank out culture as much as possible. And then this builder, I guess I'll send you over to Erfurt. You can improve those fish, finally. Been waiting for that forever. Your progress towards colonialism has advanced considerably. And we have access to the Fractal Palace. Nice. And the archaeological museums. Fantastic. So I guess cartography is the next logical choice. Yeah, let's go ahead and do cartography so that we can get some caravels out in the water and start having better ships. Choose civic. Let's go over naval tradition. It's just going to take 2 turns and it'll give us another envoy, which I will never, ever, ever be upset about. Campus research grants. We do still need to build a university in a city that... This might actually be a good spot. Hang on. That's alright. I think Mainz might be the best spot for a new university. We'll check that in a second. For now, why don't we just buy the lighthouse outright, and then you can build your medieval walls. Hamburg could probably use a harbor. Yep. Builder, where are you going? Why don't we send you out to... Oh yeah, we need to get those whales from Nuremberg, and the jade, and the cocoa. We haven't improved any of those yet. Good to know. Need those luxury resources for numerous reasons. Let's keep that trade route going. Forbidden City is almost done. Unbelievably. Alright, I'm going to come over here and build an additional Alcazar, assuming we're still suzerain of Granada. Okay, now... Yeah, we definitely need to improve a lot of these new luxury resources we deliberately settled next to. For this exact reason. And yet we haven't taken advantage of it yet. We've just been focused on wonders, mainly. So far, their attempts to reconvert any of my cities have failed.
The whole palace complex is built along the central axis, the axis of the world. Everything in the 4 directions suspend from this central point, represented by these palaces. The Navy has both a tradition and a future, and we look with pride and confidence in both.
Okay, good. That's fantastic. Let's take a second to see what we need to do to work towards... Alright, so I don't see Big Ben. So Big Ben must be technology-based. Let's work towards natural history, because I want to have access to my relics. So we're going to go straight for that before we do anything else. Alright, so now that we're done with that, looks like we can't quite build Potala Palace here. Probably just doesn't, we don't have a spot for it, most likely. Let's do an art museum in Aachen. Progress towards opera and ballet has advanced. And then we need a Hansa here. Didn't we build our commercial district not too long ago? Hang on, where is it? I can't quite tell where it is right now. That's it. Okay, so the Hansa needs to go. Yep, we've got a +4 up there. It's not in the best location, because it could be hit pretty easily if we got attacked. Alright, let's take Granada back. Haha. I enjoy that too much. Okay, so now we can definitely go for some additional production bonuses. Let's go ahead and do... Yeah, we can do a lot, actually. 100% industrial zone adjacency bonuses, which will help with production in all of my cities. It'll double all of the Hansa production bonuses and be a lot better than just the +1. But we still have the +1 in place as well. And I just saw the production time on the Hansa in our capital reduced by 1 turn. So we know that's already having an effect. All right, let's improve that. All right, go ahead and gain sources. Level up a little bit, and then we're going to go for just the easiest missions that we can go for. Because the objective is to level up our spies, first and foremost. That's the main thing we need to do. Yeah, do another builder. Well, actually, you know what? No. Do another settler. Another settler would be good. We need to settle out here while we can. Let's also get this builder out here to Nuremberg. We can improve those. Then improve. Oh, we have whales actually off both coasts. Didn't even notice that. I think I did earlier, but I'd forgotten. Not bad.
Not all who wander are lost. Not
Gotta
all
boost towards
who wander
industrialization.
are lost.
Okay, we're now getting extra gold from fishing boats, which is quite nice, and we can build caravels at last. Let's see, what other options do we have? Military tactics. Let's go ahead and do pikemen so that we can start upgrading further from those units. We never built any spearmen, so there's no units we have right now, but we want to make sure that we have better units across the board when it comes time. Let's just buy the workshop outright and not have to build it at all. If we do the medieval walls, it'll be done in one turn, so let's do that, just to make sure the capital's nice and fortified. You need a lot over here. Campus district. What would be... Yeah, you're the one that doesn't have a good spot for that. Encampment? Yeah, an encampment would be good in Nuremberg. There's already one there that's being built, so why don't we put one there? Or perhaps here. Yeah, let's put one there. That's even better. So if they try to attack Nuremberg from land, I can push back against their nonsense. Now, this is where I thought I'd have a good campus spot, and I was right. There's one right there. A +3 campus spot. So let's build that. It'll take 10 turns. On production focus, it will still take 10 turns. And then we're also going to take... Where's our great scientist? We're going to take Isaac Newton and transfer him to Mainz. And then we'll put him in place there as soon as that's done. Put 2 more envoys in there. We are maintaining very firm control over both of the remaining city-states at present. Looks like she did found another city up next to her other one, but that's fine. You can have that tip of the continent. We're going to get all the stuff down here. And you're not going to be able to do a thing about it. Ha 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 ha. Alright, if I improve some of these tiles nearby... Oh, hello! Enemy spy in Aachen succeeded in stealing the tech boost to computers. Damn. Damn, as they say. Alright, so let's do a Theater Square Festival in Aachen. It's just going to take 2 turns. And we do have some faith to purchase the amphitheater in Trier, so let's do that. And can we do the... No, we can't quite do the art museum. Let's do the Archaeological Museum, just outright building it, though. Let's also do one here, because we want to have access to plenty of archaeologists. I haven't seen her archaeologists running around too much yet, which is a good sign. Alright, let's... This is a long island, so I want to have an encampment that can train cavalry pretty easily. Campus-wise, there's not... Well, there is actually a good campus district here. Let's not do that just yet, but that's good to know. Let's do a Hansa first. Is there a +3 spot anywhere? No, but there might be if I put you here. Actually, I probably should have put it there, to tell you the truth. That would have been a better farm spot, but not a huge difference. Let's put Isaac Newton back to sleep. We'll wait for that campus to be done, and you need to improve those crabs. Do that for me, please. This builder... What did you build here? Oh, the Hansa was built there. Yeah, we were going to build a... another fort there, but that's... I think we'll be okay. So, now we've got that sheep improved. Starting to fly around. Almost to turn 200 in this new playthrough, which is crazy. She's still happy that our people are happy, which I find amusing. So we've had a pretty good relationship with her so far, but once we start deciding we're going to liberate those city-states from her tyrannical control, she might not like us as much. Just a hunch. Build a caravel in Cologne. Yeah, let's go ahead and do another campus district in Erfurt. Why not? We have access to extra districts, so we might as well take advantage of that. Alright, go out there and improve those whales. And you need to improve that sugar. I don't know if it's going to be worked right now, but... Alright, there is another... Okay, you headed over to Magdeburg. Sources have been gained. So what can you do now? Just siphon funds. Just try and do that. It's just going to take you a few turns. Just work on that. We should be good. Now, we will be able to build... We need 19 population in Aachen to grow more. But the city is growing pretty rapidly. Let's do another builder in Aachen, because there are some tiles nearby that I can improve and make things even better for that city. We also need to improve both of these stone, which we're working on right now. If I put Mainz on production focus, that does bring the campus sooner, so let's do that. Yeah, you trade with Aachen, and that's a much better trade route for Nuremberg in terms of growth. And we don't have any access to more trade routes yet, but we are gaining more and more luxury resources every moment. We still have to improve the cocoa and the jade. And this builder has 4 charges, so they can do it. So there's some whales, and then you're going to go improve the jade, and then we might be better off a little bit in terms of our luxury resources. Next turn, please. Are we building wonders anywhere? No, I didn't think so. Alright, we'll improve that soon. Improve those crabs. Very good. And then you need to improve the jade. Forgot you were here. Alright, there's bananas there. Why don't you just get on there and improve that rice for now. And there's fish there. Oh man, there's just so much good stuff here. Let's improve the fish. And that was the last charge for that builder, but we could buy another builder at this point and still do really well.
Strategy requires thought. Tactics.
Okay, so Erfurt can fire on these bastards. Let's do a little bit of damage. And also, we can purchase a military unit with faith if I move my scout out. So let's go ahead and do that. And purchase a crossbowman, in fact, with 190 faith. Not too shabby. Alright, what do I want to go for next? I want to get access to Big Ben, so that's going to take a lot, but we're going to move straight to that. It's going to take 7 different researches. It's going to get us through some other stuff we need, so that's fine. We're going to do that. And then we do need mass production, and the Venetian arsenal would be nice, but I'm okay with how things are looking right now. Alright, campus district done in 4 turns. How about now? Still 4. Yeah, you keep trading with Trier. That's fine. Yeah, I can't do anything with you, I don't think. No, I can't. Just back off. In case they still have archers nearby. And this builder can improve a couple of tiles, actually. Let's go improve those. Get more production for the capital. Even more production for the capital, I should say. It's a little bit insane how much they have. I love that we forced Scythia to settle further north. That worked out really well. Screw it, let's do another builder. We need to make sure everything around here is fully built up. And then once we build, you know, a pretty decent army, we can build the terracotta army and really, really level up all of our units quickly and just be stronger in general. What we might do is wait until we have armies and corps. If she still hasn't built it by that point, then yeah, that's going to be the sensible choice by far. All right, this settler is ready to go. Where should I put you? There's a couple of good spots. If I put you over here, there could be some good science district locations. So why don't I bring you up here, and then we'll go down there and find a good spot. Okay, time to finish off these musketmen. This is going to be good for this crossbowman unit as well that we just bought with faith. I'm just looking around for production-related... Yeah, we need to improve those. Yep. Bananas. Almost done with the encampment in Nuremberg. That's going to be good news. Almost done with stirrups research. I don't want to do a settler because I don't want to reduce the population of that city anymore. So let's just do a Theater Square Festival for now and put out some more culture that way. Good. Promotion available. That's what I was hoping for. They're just barbarians, but we'll still get a decent amount of experience against them. Now that threat is gone. Let's take a peek out with the scout here. Oh, we have another scout on the island. I suppose the one we lost might have been the other scout we had for a while, but doesn't matter really at the end of the day. I mentioned a few episodes back that we lost the one that was like free, but I suppose maybe not. Alright, so why don't we use this unit to actually do some scouting. Let's see what else might be settleable in the area. Looks like Trier is the best trading location for Aachen now in terms of growth. Where were you trading previously? I can't even tell. Another trader. So yeah, just trade with Magdeburg. That's fine. And this builder can come out here and actually, yeah, improve that, that tower right there. Nice. Definitely an Alcazar there. Will give us some additional culture per turn.
Few inventions have been so simple.
Good.
As
We managed to steal some gold.
But few have had so catalytic an influence on history. Few inventions have been so simple as the stirrup. But few have had so catalytic.
Got the knight unit at last. We don't have anything we can upgrade to a knight, but we can promote this crossbowman, so let's give them volley, because we're going to have them go out looking for other stuff soon. We do want to promote this spy as well. Counter spies have 2 levels more advanced. That's nice, but I'd rather... We can recruit partisans and really mess with her. if caught on a mission, have a much higher chance of escape. Let's do Ace Driver for now. Let's do that. I think that's the best possible option. And then Magdeburg, tell you what, why don't you train a settler? We need to settle more down here before she gets the idea of doing that. Because so far she hasn't, and we're lucky in that regard. Ah, there's some salt down here, and I don't think we have salt yet anywhere. So we can settle down here. There's fish to make it a productive, growing city. So we'll definitely have to do that. Let's back that scout off a little bit. Now you can come over there and build another farm. That would be good. Yep, farm. Almost done with our Theatre Square Festival in Aachen.
Having seen a non-market economy, I suddenly
understood. Oh, good.
Much
Triangular trade. Didn't even realize we were going to get this now.
Market economy.
But our camps provide extra production now. That's going to help us a little bit. But we can also go ahead and implement this, which is going to bring us a lot more money per turn. We were getting +2 gold per trade route. Now it's even better. All right, let's see. We have room for another trader. I think I'll just buy it outright because we stole some money, so that's good there. Let's just do another Theatre Square Festival. We need to make sure we're putting out a ton of culture. And then, yeah, we're going to do a settler in Berlin and settle down there. Commercial hub in Cologne, probably a good idea at this point. I could put one right there. It would be either of these could be coastal rated though, which annoys the crap out of me. So we'll probably have this coastal rated at some point, unless we're defending with our U-boats, which is a very distinct possibility. Let's go ahead and do barracks here because we have a stable back here. And then we need medieval walls. Yeah, we do. Let's purchase the library with faith. Can we purchase the university as well? Not quite yet, but we can build one outright. Actually, no, that's why we had... oh, damn. I didn't need to use that faith. That's why we have Isaac Newton here. Is we're going to get an instant university, and now universities are going to provide much more science for us. Damn, completely forgot about that. I was just going too quickly. All right, so let's build a workshop in Mainz. Wasted a little bit of faith there, but not much. Not much. Could have been worse. Let's buy the lighthouse in Hamburg. We're making plenty of gold per turn now. It's pretty nice. You could use a Hansa, couldn't you? Let's put one here. It's already getting a +3 bonus, so let's do that. And yeah, an additional mine here. Now this crossbowman can go out and start looking for those barbarians. I'll have the scout kind of helping spot. Alright, there's some... We need to get a builder over here to Frankfurt to improve that cocoa. We're doing better in terms of our amenities right now because we improved that, but we can do even better than we're doing right now, which is the focus. Alright, let's go improve those tiles because they are within workable range of Aachen. Okay, so this spy is ready to go again. Why don't you do... just siphon funds again. You have a high chance of success there. Do that. You'll level up again, and I can use you for other nefarious things, like stealing great works. Interesting. I'm finding an entire area of this continent down here that hasn't been colonized by Scythia. So we might have some work to do colonization-wise. Interesting. Erfurt has been converted to Shinto, so let's go ahead and bring our Inquisitor down and remove that plague. We can purchase another Inquisitor pretty soon. Let's actually just hit this archer with our scout. Might get some good experience from it. Yeah, 7 experience, not bad. Not that the scouts really need experience at this point, but... Alright, you're going to go over there and build some food. Now, Cologne continues to be a really good trade route for Aachen, so let's make sure we keep that going. Is this another trader? Yeah, just trade with Nuremberg. It's one of our new cities, but it's one of our most productive. I'm guessing because the Hansa has been built there. They have their Hansa already. I need to find additional cities belonging to Scythia now that we have these boats in the water. Let's see what she has. Yeah, this area down here, I don't see anything belonging to her. So there's areas south of her original territory she has not colonized. Nice. Promotion available. Let's go ahead and give you faster movement on hill terrain. And then let's finish off these guys. Look at this 40-minute episode. I'm having way too much fun with this series, guys. And we do need to build another caravel. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's have another one ready to go. Our Inquisitor needs to pay a visit to Erfurt. They're still trying to convert Mainz in some of these other cities, but they don't know I have an Inquisitor on the way. So, by all means, continue to waste your charges. It's fine by me. Okay, here's their southern border. There's a whole bunch down here. There's no luxury resources or anything, but there's spots. This could be a good city spot here. I mean, we could build a campus there that would be fantastic. So we could settle down there, and it's not even particularly close to them, so she wouldn't even be too pissed about it. Ironically enough. Let's have our Inquisitor pay a visit to this apostle. We also need to train more apostles because we have a wonder that means if they die in theological combat, I get relics. So I can just throw apostles at her repeatedly. Alright, so let this turn cycle and see what happens.
The more science intervenes in warfare, the more will be the need for engineers in the field armies.
Now we already have 3 Niter, just by virtue of what we've already included.
There were never enough sappers at any time.
So we already have those. That's good. Let me yeah, we are working on the bank now, which will be good for money, and we get gold from quarries. So our gold income is going to start skyrocketing really now. And then colonialism gives us press gangs, colonial taxes, 25% gold on cities not in the original capital's continent, and then the Raj, which is diplomatic policy. Now, I just remembered we haven't started building Potala Palace anywhere yet. Why is that? Has she already built it? Or have I just been not paying attention? Is there no city we have that can build it? We'll have to keep an eye on that, because we haven't started building it yet, I don't think. And we need that. That's going to be the extra diplomatic policy slot. She could have already built it, too. You never know. Yeah, she's built Hagia Sophia, but, okay, I'm going to cut this one here. In the next one, we're going to look into what's going on with Potala Palace, as well as we're going to settle down here once we get this settler done in Berlin. I think we're also training a settler in Magdeburg so we can settle this area. There's some additional Niter for us as well that we've just uncovered. So we might put a city like right there in this central area. Wouldn't be a coastal city, but it can still build a harbor, and we're going to continue to prepare to build an army to take back Nan Madal and Muscat. She's got some Musketman Corps armies in the area, so fighting her is going to be tough, but it'll be fun. And I think that, hang on, let's take a look at victory progress really quickly and hope we don't see anything terrible. Science-wise, she's not started. Culture-wise, she is still about a quarter of the way, which is interesting to me that, I mean, I guess that's just the benefit that she gets. She has so many more domestic tourists, I guess, because she just is awesome. She's on Immortal difficulty, and that's what it is. But we have to make sure we continue to put out culture points so that that doesn't become an issue later on. And I think once we start discovering some of our own archaeological stuff, as well as letting apostles die and create relics, I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at noon Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.